take a look at the starting five. It begins in the backcourt with the Horns, Coleman, Ramey, and Jones. For Texas Tech, Marcus Santos Silva at 6'7". The big little man inside, Jamarius Burton, is unavailable for Texas Tech today. And Chris Beard. Now Lubbock, coffee from daybreak, breakfast taco from the Heidi Ho. It is guns up versus Texas fight. And Pete, let's begin with the riddle of Texas season. How do you put together 40 minutes? Because the swings have been wild for the Horns.
It's a conundrum, Carter. I don't know what the word means, but I know you're smart with the Syracuse. It's a puzzle right now. I don't think even Shaka knows, but when they play well, Carter, they can beat anybody in the country. They're that talented.
There's Brown going inside, trying to get it going in the paint. Greg Brown, who has played with energy, but you want to see him go inside more.
I would love to, Carter. 47% of his shots are from three-point lane. He can make that, but be versatile, be flexible.
Both teams played overtime games this week. Texas Tech has actually lost 3 straight, including Monday night overtime Oklahoma State.
Texas has lost 4 out of 7, so both teams are in a bit of a slide. Both teams are going to the big dance, but they both big game today.
Sims in the paint, Pete. Exactly what you and Shaka want to see out of the Texas big man.
Exactly. That's what he can do. He's not a perimeter shooter, but he's tough inside, strong physical player.
And the wildly difficult Big 12. I mean, it is every possession, every dribble, all contested, which makes fun basketball to watch. That's a travel turnover by Texas Tech. Let's go back to the pick and roll.
Nice job here by the pick and roll here by Longhorns. Pick, both guys stay with the ball. All right, they stay inside. Nice finish inside by Jericho Sims. That's what they got to do. Go inside out. Nice pass by Andrew Jones. Good catch. Nice pump fake. Good finish by the big fella.
So when you've had guard-heavy teams, guard-oriented teams, how do you get those guards to share the ball with the guys inside?
Good question, Claude. You got to say, hey, these big guys will go on strike if you don't give them the basketball. You want them to block shots. You want them to rebound. You want them to screen. Get the big guys the ball. Let the big dogs eat once in a while.
Andrew Jones eats, and the first 4 points of the game for Texas. Jones has the floater. Mac McClung wears 0, 17 points per game. That is now 3rd in the Big 12. He is capable of exploding, including the game winner in Austin in January. And a foul called. That's Greg Brown showing out on Mac McClung and getting his first personal foul. I mean, this is a tremendously deep. When you talk about the 7th place team in the Big 12 is going to the NCAA tournament. I mean, they're going to get 7 out of 10, and the bottom 3 are capable of pulling off magic as well.
Exactly. What a great league. Big 10, I think, is the best league in the country, but the Big 12 is just an eyelash behind.
So for Texas Tech, this is their 12th game versus Quad 1, meaning tournament level game in Quad 1.
Great schedule.
McClung gets past Coleman, floats it in the paint. McClung misses his first look, and Jones runs the Horns.
Horns got to push it now. They got great athletes. Run the court.
Brown on the perimeter now, trying to back down. Needs some help, so Jones there to bail him out. Jones is going to take it.
Not a great shot. McCollum. Test it. Not a great shot. You got to take good shots. Shot selection sometimes is a problem for Texas.
And everyone who has watched Texas also knows capable of defensive lapses. But that's one of the big problems. Brown gets out. Edwards nails the 3 for the first Red Raider bucket.
Good sign. We want Kyler Edwards to be more aggressive for us. In a big game in a national championship against Virginia, 18 points, so people expect him to do that.
Brown step out. All right. Give him a paint touch, but he can also knock down the triple.
It feels like leather. He's going to shoot. But he's a great player. I would just like to see him be a little more versatile, a little more diversified.
Foul on Coleman, and McClung has put 2 fouls on the Longhorns early.
There's penetration. They don't play him. They go under the screen. Kyler Edwards buried it. Penetration by Coleman. You got time. Greg Brown. Splash. Tremendous top 10 recruit. Great player. Potential lottery pick whenever. But great talent. But once again, 47% of his shots are from three-point land. I like to see him balance it a little bit more.
Off the baseline inbound, another foul committed. They get it into Edwards, and that foul committed by Brock Cunningham. But Kyler Edwards, I mean, this is the pep in the step. Chris Beard praises, says he is one of my all-time favorite players. The offensive numbers haven't been there of late for Kyler Edwards, but the work that he puts in day-to-day is starting to pay off.
Yeah, terrific player. Smart, versatile, can handle the ball. He does what he has to do to win. Very important part of their team.
That foul was on Jones, actually, for Texas rather than Cunningham. So Cunningham got ball, but Jones got the body. And a foul on Andrew Jones. So Kyler Edwards, as you mentioned, was terrific in their run to the championship game, especially good against Virginia in 2019. And you almost had the feeling Kyler Edwards was due for a big game today.
Exactly. Stepping up. Last regular season game now. They get some makeups next week, but he wants to finish strong in the regular season. So both these teams are NCAA tournament teams, Carter. They want to build momentum now going into the Big 12 tournament, and they can both make a big run in the big dance.
And because of the different scheduling this year in Texas, this is the first of 4 road games to close out the regular season. Played their last home game, the win over Kansas, to give them the season sweep on the Jayhawks for the first time. Jones attacking off the bounce.
Yep. Really good to handle. Nice spin move. Yep, good call. He got fouled. We spoke to him yesterday at a Zoom call. Andrew, how impressive was he?
Incredibly impressive. And we talked about the fight with leukemia and coming back, and the AJ1 Foundation with his father, David. And the main thing you realize about Andrew Jones, who's now 23 years old, who has gone through a lifetime just in his time at the University of Texas on the basketball court, and his strong desire to make sure that young men growing up in his hometown of Irving, Texas, have mentorship and resources during a critical time. And it was our pleasure to talk to Andrew. And off the free throw miss, second chance for Texas. So it is Texas fight on the offensive glass, but Ramey can't take advantage.
Exactly, yeah. Ramey is streaky. He was 7 for 8 against West Virginia from three-point land, but he's as streaky as all the Texas guards are. They're hot and cold. But getting back to Andrew Jones briefly, the talk with him is more important than any basketball game. What he's going to try to do for society, other men of color, try to help them, and because he got a chance. So he was lucky. He had a great family, and he able to do great things.
Can't talk enough about Andrew Jones and what he is doing in leadership-wise for Texas. Looks like Cunningham getting on the deck and getting another foul on Texas Tech. So Cunningham gets a steal. Brock Cunningham, sophomore, his numbers, 26 points, 62 rebounds, but they have all been big. Everything he does on the floor is big.
I love Cade Cunningham. He just gets in the mud, he straps, he claws, offensive boards, dives on the floor for the basketball. Whatever you need, he'll do.
Pete, does he sometimes bite you in the sneaker? That's not the Steele Gillen line. Sam's jams it home.
Well, things are tough. You get knocked on the ground. Don't quit. Don't give up. Bite him in the sneaker. And he will do that. It's over. I should have did that. I might have had a little better career. And Clem's got to get going, Carter, as you know. Tech to have a chance.
Oh, McClung goes away. Was it touched? Well, we will take a look. It is Texas fight to start. Mr. Sims.
I like it. I like it. Long hair or here to win. The win challenge. So that's going to be interesting what happens in the tournament.
Well, both of these coaches, Shaka Smart and Chris Beard, say Baylor has gotten the attention they deserve. They're a tremendous team, but it's not just Baylor Bears and the rest of the Big 12. This is a tremendously good basketball league, especially this season. Santos Silva draws the charge. That's a foul on Jones. And that is the second foul on Andrew Jones. That's a big one and a big play by Santos Silva.
We're going to step in. This guy, he's got a high motor, Carter. He's only 6'7", but he plays big, takes the charge, he's strapped, fighter. Big play by Santos Silva.
Jones gets his second quickly out of the game, but Texas without one of their leaders in the backcourt for now. It was the first Texas turnover. Red Raiders already 3 turnovers.
You got to take care of the basketball. The big key for Texas Tech is create turnovers. Last time they played, Texas had 15 turnovers, and Texas Tech got 19 points off those turnovers.
That goes down as the 4th turnover by Texas Tech. Before the shot clock violation, they are 5th in the nation in turnover margin, and there are the Longhorns feeding Sims in the paint. And I feel like I have an amen from Pete Gillen on this one.
Amen for sure. Once again, they're listening to Shaka. They listen to him. He's a terrific coach. All right, we have an advantage. We got good big guys. Doesn't mean the guards won't shoot. They need to find out their identity card. All right, they got terrific guards that are talented and streaky, but they got big guys that can play too. So fouls it, mix it up.
Right back inside. Brown gets swatted, but the Horns get it back. Kai Jones runs it down.
Kai Jones, great athlete.
So with Jones on the bench, kick it right out. Jones off the bounce. Top one on Santos Silva. Boarded inside. Cunningham another offensive board, and he draws a foul inside. What Shaka said about his team, I love our potential when we lose ourselves in the fight, and that's what we're seeing right now.
For sure. They're playing with a focus and intensity, a passion, and they're big, they're athletic. This Texas team, Claude, can be anybody in the country when they bring their A game.
Second foul on Terrence Shannon, who just checked into the game as the sixth man for Texas Tech, and he's already got 2. So that's big foul trouble early on both sides. 2 for Jones and 2 for Terrence Shannon.
Shannon's the second leading scorer. He's a guy with tremendous talent. That really hurts, for sure, the Red Raiders.
The question of who would be ready to go from the opening tip in this morning matchup between the Horns and the Red Raiders. It is Texas for the early start. It is 5-point lead.
Got to get McClung going. The Red Raiders.
There's Shannon. So 2 fouls, but he hits a bucket.
You got to get a gamble on your coach, Carter. You know, when you're playing a talented team like Texas, you can't get too conservative.
Brown floats it inside. That's a travel. Brown turns it over. The CBS Sports app is your destination for the biggest events, highlights, and breaking news. Download the app today and watch everything from CBS Sports in one place. With our producer Bill Thayer, our director Jim Cornell, statistician John Tobias, featured this week in the Boston Globe. And the Blackburn, T. Gillen, Longhorns and Red Raiders. There's McClung. Misses his second look. Still an over 2 shooting start from Mac McClung. Brown crosses over and draws another foul.
Very talented, a 6'9" young man with a nice little Euro step. Brown has fabulous potential.
And what Shaka said about Greg Brown, he and Mo Bamba, the best defensive rebounders he's ever had. And when he attacks on the offensive end, he is tremendously difficult matchup. Already another foul on the inbound.
That's not good for the Red Raiders.
Terry Weimer has out. Keith Kimball, Terry Weimer, Rick Crawford, our officiating crew. Already 6 fouls committed by Texas Tech.
It's a good sign for the Longhorns. Keep going inside. Jack up threes all the time unless you're wide open.
You're 6 minutes into the game and a foul away from being in the bonus for Texas. Now, that's a tie-up. Possession arrow will give it to the Red Raiders. You heard Peavy trying to get the timeout, but instead possession arrow to Texas Tech.
Texas is a pretty good free throw shooting. Not great, caught at 69%, but they can get there. Big thing, especially now without Jamarius Burton being hurt, as you mentioned before. Texas Tech is not a super deep team.
Well, Texas, that was the big difference in the win versus Kansas earlier this week. 24 for 31 from the strike. Bothered at the rim. Kai Jones bothered the shot. Coleman pulls up in transition. Boarded by Santos Silva. Despite the woes for the Red Raiders, they're only down by 3.
Going to get McClung going. Other good players, but he's their catalyst.
McCullough turns around. Brown gets the foul. Looked like he got the ball, but the hand as well. That'll be the second on Greg Brown, and the fouls are mounting on both sides early.
That hurts. Now it's a question for the coach. What do you do when a guy gets 2 fouls fairly early? Probably take him out. Texas a little deeper. Good call. Got him on the wrist. Got the ball, but he also banged his arm, I thought.
Brown, the freshman from Austin's Vandergrift High School. Likely see him exit for a while. McCullough gets first. McCullough, ankle injury cost him the first 9. And what Texas Tech really missed from McCullough was the leadership on the floor. I mean, terrific player, but that was a real missing piece for the Red Raiders in the first 9 games of the year.
For sure. He does everything. He defends, he rebounds, assists, he can put the ball on the deck. Very versatile player.
And it always begins with defense for Chris Beard. Really for both of these coaches, but that is how the Red Raiders have propelled themselves to college basketball elite.
That's in their DNA. You have to play defense. We loved talking to him, you and I, the other day on a Zoom call with Chris Beard. How impressive. We asked him, you worked with Bob Knight for a long time. What was the biggest thing? He said, number one, the integrity that Bob Knight said we're going to have, which he did. The second thing is game preparation. So the preparation by Texas Tech is off the charts. But you got to defend if you want to play for the Red Raiders.
Avery Benson into the game for Texas Tech. Good morning, Mr. Benson. Hope you're doing well. Sims on the perimeter. Coleman, lob to the post. Kai Jones catches and finishes Kai Jones, a terrific sophomore from the Bahamas.
Great job. It fit inside. Pump fake. Chuck Daly, Lord Mercion passed away. Nice pump. He would have loved that. The violent pump fake by Kai Jones and the finish. So getting a lot of points in the paint. It's really helping the Longhorns early on.
First field goal for Texas in over 3 minutes, but then a defensive breakdown bothered at the rim. Bring it right back. Early minutes for Golden for Texas Tech. Because of the foul trouble, Chris Beard going deeper in his bench.
Yep, no question about it, Carter.
Cunningham, power dribble, inside draws another foul. Looks like it's on Benson.
In the paint, in the glue. That's where they're going. They got the message. I think Shaka's an excellent coach. Sometimes players don't listen to coaches. A lot of times when I coach, I said things, went in one ear, went out the other. So I'm hanging with you, Carter, now.
Well, I will say this. Chris Beard began our conversation by saying, I've been studying Pete Gillen film my whole life. How about that, Pete?
I was very surprised. It was very kind of him to say that. But I admire him. He learned from the master, Bob Knight. Great coach, and his intensity. He loves his players. You know, when you coach that hard, Carter, all right, you have to really love your players. Because players today, they're not going to listen much. If you yell at them, they're going to leave. Transfers are off the charts, but he coached them hard, clean, but off the court, he hugs them, talks about their family, looks after them. So the players, they know he cares about them, so they put up with his intense coaching.
And just to put a point on that, Chris Beard said one of the places he learned how to do that was from Pete Gillen.
Well, thank you, Carter. But, yeah, he was very impressive, and Shaka Smart also. Those guys, really, wow.
We could talk ball and life with those two guys all day, all night. Really a pleasure. Slow offensive start. Texas by 5 until Santos Silva gets to the rim. The grad transfer from VCU. Coleman brings it back. Middle cutoff, leading to the steal. Peavy can't get the run out, but the Red Raiders starting to D it up. So Texas by 3. Wreck 'em for their offense.
No question. He's fearless. He brings guts and talent. 17 points a game. I think he's getting worn down a little bit with this great league, the Big 12. He's certainly a key on everybody's defensive chart.
Woo, 3 from outside, and that is Jace Febres, the senior sharpshooter, who is coming back from a knee injury he suffered versus Texas Tech last year. This is just his 7th game of the year, and that is a big piece the Longhorns are adding late.
Definitely. Shaka told us the other day that that's his best three-point shooter. Longhorns
on the run. Largest lead right now for Texas at 6 points. Jones wants it on the post against Edwards. Middle again denied by the Red Raiders. Rainey trying to get to the lane. Boarded by Peavy.
Poor shot. You don't want that if you're a coach, right? Guys in your face. Off 1 foot. No good. Poor shot selection is almost like a turnover sometimes.
Santos Silva wants it. He's backing in on hand. Santos Silva with the left. Tap rebound. Santos Silva on the offensive glass. Kick out into the corner. Shannon off the bounce. Hammer, Shannon. Read this.
How about that? Very talented young man. Second leading scorer for the Red Raiders. Got to get some turnovers now, Red Raiders. Right? Force some turnovers. Get out and run.
Coleman drops it off. Too hot for him. And the Red Raiders are starting to bring it 10 minutes in.
No question. Terrific defense. The defense makes their offense go. Up, and away. Terrence Shannon Jr., only a sophomore. Very, very talented.
Shannon made two of the most incredible hustle plays against the Cowboys in Stillwater earlier this week. One on defense, one on offense. He almost willed that game into overtime. Cowboys won it, but he is bringing it. And now McCullough gets a lift and one. Chance at a three-point play. Shannon and McCullough, the sophomores, bringing the Red Raiders back.
The crowd, see, the intensity now is being heightened up by the Red Raiders. The Longhorns got to match that. Great hustle, 2 foot. You want to go off 2 feet when you're in the lane card. You go off 2 feet, hit, you can still finish. A lot of times you go off 1 foot, you get bumped a little bit, you miss the shot. Nice job. When you go into the glass, use the glass because you have a better margin of error. You can be off a little bit using the glass. So that's important for young guys to use the glass when you're in the lane as often as you can.
Red Raiders 5 for 5 from the stripe. 3-point play from McCullough brings it within 1.
Little press now. They do this after a free throw very often. 2-2-1 zone press. Try to burn up the shot clock a little bit, maybe get a turnover.
Coleman and Ramey trying to handle it in the backcourt. Jones still on the bench for Texas. Poked from behind. It was touched by McClung, so Texas keeps it. But Coleman and Ramey without Jones in the backcourt, Red Raiders nearly got the turnover.
Exactly. Very fortunate. You need Andrew Jones in. The question for a coach, when there's 2 fouls on one of your top players early, how long do you keep them? I used to gamble a little bit, Carter, let them sit for a while and then come back in. You want to be the richest guy in the graveyard and have all sorts of fouls at the end of the game.
Sims draws 3 defenders. McClung pokes it away again. So Cunningham, floater, offensive foul. Charge drawn by Edwards, gives it back to Tech with a chance for the Red Raiders to take the lead.
It's a hustle play. It's another turnover. That's what they live on. Cunningham goes in. Nice step. Kyle Edwards stepped in. Good call. Red Raiders ball. 2-foot jump stop. He's outside the circle. Good job. Good call. Okay, consider a timeout now to get him regrouped a little bit.
Andrew Jones has been sitting over 6 minutes since he got the second.
Shaka Smart knows his players. Coach knows his players. But I would get a guy back in. I'd say another 2 minutes, Carter. You don't want him to be too stiff, sitting there too long.
McClung 0 for 3 shooting start. Tech still hasn't led in the game. Cunningham down to Coleman.
Keep going inside. Don't forget Jericho Sims. They can't guard him inside.
Ramey at the top 2. And it's boarded by Edwards. And here we go with the 40-minute question for Texas. Hot start. Now it's cooling off, and the Red Raiders are bringing it.
Yep. Got to be more consistent, streaky. Part of that is shot selection. Go inside. Jericho Sims, we had guys when I was coaching at Notre Dame. Tim Kemp said, give me the ball. I can't say everything he said. I'll rip your face off. I'll kill you. I'll scoop your eyeballs out with a spoon. And then you got the ball. So you got to, once again, encourage the guards aggressively.
I mean, I would give him the ball. Rather like that, Pete.
Yeah. I can't say everything he said, but he got the message across, Carl.
So how about a third chance for Texas Tech to take the lead? Oh, Cunningham poked it away out of bounds. New Thursday. Agent Clarice Starling is famous for investigating dark minds. Now she's back and stepping into the light. A new Clarice. Thursday, 10/9 Central, or stream anytime on CBS. The 150th meeting between Texas and Texas Tech on the hardwood. Texas won on their last trip to Lubbock, February 29th of last year. They were slated to meet in the Big 12 tournament last year, which was, of course, canceled. Second meeting of this year after the Red Raiders won on the buzzer beater in Austin. Cunningham gets the block on McCullough. There goes Brock Cunningham again.
Get the heart of a lion. Scraps and claws. Go inside of your Texas.
Texas has been outscored 7-2 since Jones left the game. Mac McClung still trying to get off the offer. The 0 for McClung right now. The line in the book, 0 for 4. But you know that Mac is going to keep shooting. Lob there, Sims off the catch. Sims inside off the feed from Coleman.
Sims not a great offensive player, but if you give him the ball in the paint, he knows what to do. Great execution right now by the Longhorns.
He has been most noted this year for his defense. Tremendous defense, but Sims getting it rolling on offense. Santos Silva guarded by Sims, forced to give it up.
Only 6'7", go against 6'10".
Shannon draws the foul on Cunningham. Second foul on Brock Cunningham.
That's okay for the Longhorns. They can live without him if he gets in foul trouble. Good player, but he's a roll guy. Nice lob inside. Good catch. He's owning the paint right now, Jericho Sims. 6'10", 245 pounds. He's a wrecking machine in the low post, so get him the basketball.
Averages 6 points per game, has 8 already in this one.
They didn't get many touches, Carter. They don't look for him very often.
Meanwhile, Shannon has been the spark for Texas Tech. That is 5 points in 7 minutes off the bench for Terrence Shannon Jr., who's still playing through the ankle injury. That's the first free throw miss for Tech.
Swing the ball quickly. Can't let it stick if you're Texas.
Coleman in the corner, wants the ISO. Coleman stepping back on Santos Silva, and he drills it.
Very talented player, Matt Coleman. 6'2" senior from Norfolk, Virginia. Played at Oak Hill Academy, famous high school program coached by Steve Smith, a legend in the coaching ranks at the high school level. We had players at Virginia that went to Oak Hill Academy. Travis Watson was a great player for us in Virginia. Tremendous program at Oak Hill.
And then Ramey doubling on the post, knocks it away. Travel, Shannon, and it started by Ramey doubling down on the post. Now let's go back to the jumper, however.
Nice step back move. Excellent move. Nice shot. Bang. All air. Coleman. Very talented player. Their guards are outstanding, Carter. Right? They're streaky, but they're tremendous players. Sure. Jones, Coleman, and Ramey are tremendous. And they're veterans. This is one of the most experienced teams in the country. And very, very talented. They said before, they can beat anybody in the country, but they need more consistency. Do it for 40 minutes.
Coleman playing point with Jones still on the bench. Into Sims, finding Kai Jones. Good look from Sims to Jones, and Kai. He can get up, and he can put it down. Kai Jones, it's a 7-1 run for Texas. Largest lead for the Longhorns.
How about big to big? They go inside, they're double team. He looked opposite. Tremendous execution. Dr. Smart drew up a great game plan, Carter. They're listening to him, the young man. Sometimes in a big game, you don't listen to the coach. You're so fired up.
Big answer from Kyler Edwards, who has been terrific in the first half of the Red Raiders.
Spears has been asking him to be more aggressive, attack more.
8 of the Red Raiders 20. However, Sims turns it over right into the hands of McCullough. So here's Mack on the run. McClung finally gets his first bucket of the game. Red Raiders back within 2.
Good defense led to offense. Now, once that ball goes in, McClung will feel much better, less pressure. I'm sure he'll make his next perimeter shot.
Coleman feed inside. Red Raiders collapse and get the turnover. It was Ramey falling out of bounds. McCullough end to end. And here's Mac McClung finally getting it.
In transition, McClung is terrific. Nice jump stop, a little Euro move. Nice finish. Mac McClung, scoring machine, 17 points a game. Good defense. Both. Good hustle by McCullough.
Georgetown transfer Mac McClung, his first year as a Red Raider. Didn't get to visit campus via Zoom, recruited by the Red Raiders and Chris Spear. But he knew he wanted to work on his game and work hard.
Wanted to be coach hard. Chris Spear is a great coach. You'd be coach him hard. Give him a lot of freedom on offense, Carter. His light isn't green, it's lime green.
And with the lime green light, Mac McClung beats the red light and hits the triple.
Look at him. Juiced. He's fired up. He wants to win.
Hard-working Mac McClung for his jersey. Took the Mighty Mac show to Georgetown and now on to Lubbock above the Ogallala. 8 straight for the Red Raiders. First lead of the game for Texas Tech.
Change of pace. A little 2-3 zone by the Red Raiders. They're doing that because they're scoring in the paint too much. Protect the rim. That's why the Raiders are doing it. Protect the basket with their 2-3 zone.
And yet Ramey gets fouled, so the Longhorns carve up the first time they see the Red Raiders zone.
Yep. I don't think they'll stay in his zone long, Carter. Just a cup of coffee. No time for the cream. They'll be quick. They'll go back to man-to-man.
I just go with hunting in the pump. Black coffee hunt. Edwards gets his second personal foul. Ramey 2 shots. The junior from St. Louis, Webster Groves High School. That is Harry Carey's alma mater.
Great high school basketball in St. Louis. A lot of talent there.
I don't think Harry Carey was a great basketball player.
No, he was involved in other commitments to greatness.
Ramey had 18 points in the historic win at Allen Fieldhouse for the Horns. And Texas, the first sweep of Kansas. They have won 3 of 4, the Longhorns, including overtime Tuesday versus the Jayhawks in Austin.
You see Terrence Shannon bring it up. A lot of times, but Texas Tech is point guard by committee. Different guys handle the ball and bring it up the court.
Hebe, the freshman from Duncanville, off the bounce in the lane. McClung, step back, McClung. Coleman goes flying, McClung flies in. That is offensive foul on the second chance. A charge on Mac McClung. So it is on between the Red Raiders. By his senior year, Chris Beard had taken over scouting reports, which is that is a tremendous responsibility. He was so great in his role as a manager and video coordinator. Tom Penders turned over the scouting reports to him.
What a compliment. He did a wonderful job, Tom Penders told us. And Tom did a wonderful job at the University of Texas. I coached against him when I was at Xavier and Providence. Tremendous coach, even a better person.
And congratulations on Tom into the Texas Hall of Honor.
Well-deserved, Carl. We played in Austin, and he beat us like a rented mule when I was at Providence. And came back in Providence won the next game next year. But a great coach and a terrific guy. And he helps all these coaches. He tries to help Chris Beard, tries to help Shaka. I mean, he's a great resource for young coaches and middle-aged coaches.
Very close to both of these coaches. I mean, you'll see Coach Penders with both the guns up and the hook'em horns. Santos Silva banking his way inside on Sims. Fight for the rebound, and it is a fight for the rebound. Who wants it? Everybody on the deck. It's a tie-up possession to Texas, but the effort, everybody on the deck.
No question. They're not here to hold hands, Carter. These guys here to get a victory.
As Mark Anthony said.
Right. Silva, he's overmatched. He's only 6'7", to go against 6'10". Look at Jericho Sims. I got to love his intensity. I mean, he's not a super talent, but he's got a super heart.
And speaking of intensity, there's Coach Penders.
Look at him. He's got the nice hairdo. He's got the product on, the cologne, the mousse.
You played baseball with Tom Penders, right?
Yep. One summer up in Bridgeport, Connecticut in a summer league, and a great baseball player. You know, somebody looked at him sideways. He's ready to get in a fight. He's a phantom rooster, but he's a great player. Played minor league baseball.
Ramey hits the three. Courtney Ramey drills another big one for the Horns. Texas on top.
How about this year in the Big 12? How many close games, Carter, can we get? Every one, it seems like a nail-biter.
It's, as a college basketball fan, it's just a thrill to watch. Count the bucket, that's goaltend on Brown. I mean, Texas, 9 games by 3 points or less, and that's the way the whole league has been, including Baylor coming back from the pause, getting a test from Iowa State. You could go on and on about the quality of the competition in the Big 12.
Great league. I mean, Texas Tech played 2 overtime games against Oklahoma State. So, like I said, all the way down the list. And we see a 2-2-1 zone press by Texas Tech trying to get some turnovers. Texas has 14 turnovers a game, but it's too many for a talented team.
Brown lines up the three. Sims fighting for it. Nice tap out from Febres. Coming up on AT&T at the half. Greg Gumbel holding it down like Charlie Watts with Wally Zerbiak and Seth Davis. Get you caught up on scores and highlights from a very busy Saturday in college basketball. Coming up on AT&T at the half. How much fun is it to be on the verge of March?
It's unbelievable. It'll be a great tournament. We can't wait. A lot of talented teams. Here we go.
It's like we have a foul inside on Texas, and one way or another, that's going to be a consequential foul on the Horns.
He tripped on his teammate. Santos Silva, nice cut to the basket. Foul. 2 free throws now.
Chase Febres gets a second. So Santos Silva, grad transfer, and sometimes we gloss over this, but that means he's earned his undergraduate degree. Earned it in 3 years. Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness. Very valuable degree.
No question. I love his motor, his emotion, his intensity. He's perfect for Texas Tech. He's only 6'7", Carter. He's going against guys 6'10", 6'11".
And he took the Oklahoma State loss really on those shoulders, those significant shoulders. Said felt like he cracked. That was his word. So he really wanted to put it on his shoulders and take that for the teammate. But as the lone senior starter for this Texas Tech team, lone senior who plays for this Texas Tech team, very much trying to take the burden.
Give him credit. Most players don't do that. He says, hey, it's on me. Most guys don't. 2-3 zone here, change your pace, try to keep Texas out of the paint. That's why they're playing the zone. Protect the rim.
Another tie-up, possession to Texas Tech, but just the fact we've had 3 tie-ups in the first half shows you the intensity.
No question. Greg Brown trying to do a little too much, throwing the ball into too much traffic there. 3 guys around Jericho Sims. Not a good decision by Greg Brown.
Sims, 6 points, 4 rebounds. The 6 points were all early for Texas. Still haven't seen Andrew Jones back in the game for Texas. Got the second at the 15:36 mark, but the Horns have managed to stay in the game without Jones.
Yep. Which again, I would have put him back in, Carter. I would have gambled a little bit, but every coach knows their player much better than I.
Peavy in the paint, off the 1 foot, spins it in over Sims.
The move, Hamage in the NCAA tournament. Here we go, Andrew Jones sitting for a long time. He'll come out firing in the second half.
Coleman sets it up.
I'd like to see a pick and roll. Attack the basket, Coleman.
Vincent on Coleman. Coleman gets right past him. Attack to the rim. Right on cue. Texas fight with a dunk in a 1-point game.
That time they switched, Carter. A big guy came on Coleman. He just went by him like the north wind.
Blows strong in Lubbock. Peavy crossover. Nice move. Peavy lost it out of bounds, but Jones touched it last. Micah Peavy, who will be a tremendous player for the Red Raiders, 6'7" freshman from Duncanville.
Going to get better and better. Starting him all the time. Sometimes he comes out of the game for Shannon, but he's getting a lot of experience and he's a terrific player for the Red Raiders.
Baseline inbounds. Frees it for McCullough. Red Raiders by 3. Texas gets the last look at the half.
We're going to pick it and roll now for Coleman. Go to the basket, big guy, and maybe get a look.
Coleman's going to take it himself. Coleman buries it. Coleman.
But after look at the passion, the emotion, the energy. He wants this game badly.
Gate City, Virginia showing up in Lubbock, Texas. The Red Raiders have won 6 of the last 7 against the Longhorns, but Texas won the last trip to Lubbock. Red Raiders won on a buzzer beater January 13 in Austin. A buzzer beater from Mac McClung. So we may be just getting started. Andrew Jones, who sat for the last 15.5 minutes of the first half, wastes no time in getting one up off the bench. It's a good look. Woo. Santos Silva, defensive breakdown, easy bucket for the Red Raiders.
Nice pick and roll. 2 guys stay with the dribbler. Santos Silva slams to the hoop.
And you rewind all the way back, Pete, to that question for Texas, and really a conundrum. That's offensive foul, and it's on Brown. It's his 3rd, and here we go. Texas capable of putting great halves together, but they have blown double-digit leads. They have come back. It's just the 40 minutes of basketball Longhorns haven't been able to consistently put together.
Exactly, no question. That time they switched, and Ramey didn't switch. He kept going, all right, inside with McCullers, and nice finish. So breakdown that time by the Longhorns. You got to admire Santos Silva. Only 6'7", Carter. He's like a power forward going against guys 6'10", 6'11". Another pick and roll. They switch. Now they got a mismatch. Go inside.
Cunningham trying to guard Santos Silva inside. He will need some help. The Red Raiders can get it to him. Screen, McClung. Santos Silva rolling. Mack takes a shot from the elbow. This is his first look at the half. Jones has the board. Ramey on the run. Santos Silva has the board. So Ramey confident, but he goes 1-on-3 there.
Yeah. Shot selection is important.
McClung attacks. Tries to throw it up. Play on. No foul. Sims the board. Texas wins the battle.
Big 12, baby. No blood, no foul. McClung's 2 for 9. Got to heat up.
Jones kick out. And now Cunningham lines it up. Another rebound for Santos Silva.
That is strength. He can make it, but that's not his strength, Cunningham from downtown. First 5 minutes of the second half are keys to a lot of games. Which team is going to grab the game by the throat?
So who do you think is going to grab the game by the throat?
I'm still in my analysis. Both of them, they can't get away from each other. They play tight. 2-point game, as you mentioned last time. Red Raiders won. Is going to go right down to the wire on CBS.
Peavy floats it in tight. Micah Peavy.
I think to answer your question, Carter, if Texas Tech can get turnovers, more turnovers from Texas, they'll win. If Texas can get the ball inside, more points in the paint, they'll win. So we'll see what happens.
Jones floats it. That's a blocking foul. And it is on Peavy, so Andrew Jones trying to attack and get his offensive game going. Because of the foul trouble, only 2 points for Jones.
Yep. Nice reversal. Closeouts late. Would attack the basket. Andrew Jones. That's what they got to do. Peavy, only a freshman, as you mentioned, Carter. Nice stop. Step through. Heck of a move by the young freshman.
Andrew Jones had his first career double-double Tuesday versus Kansas with 13 and 10, and because of the remarkable life challenges, including health, that he has been able to overcome off the court. Sometimes we don't talk about Andrew Jones on the court. He has been a terrific scorer during his basketball career, but he is putting in tremendous work on the defensive and rebounding and becoming a more complete basketball player now as a 23-year-old redshirt junior.
He got stronger, got over the terrible disease of leukemia. He worked on his body, so now he can play more deep, be more physical, have more stamina to play longer.
In our conversation with Andrew yesterday, he made sure to point out the terrific health care he received from the University of Texas and MD Anderson to defeat cancer.
Yeah, tremendous victory for Andrew Jones.
Edwards in time. Dunk it, and he does. Tyreek Smith.
Terrific pass in traffic. Kyle Edwards, nice bounce pass. Nice finish for Tyreek Smith.
And you heard Edwards, as soon as he dropped it off, we can hear a lot more with limited fans. Edwards dropped it off, said, dunk it. And the redshirt freshman from Baton Rouge, Tyreek Smith, I mean, he is just getting started. 6'8", 220, redshirt freshman from Baton Rouge. Huge potential.
Exactly. Very raw offensively. His job, Carter, is to defend and rebound.
And it's 6'8", tallest player on the floor for Texas Tech. Coleman kick to the corner. Cunningham tries another. Jones out of bounds off of Jones, so the Red Raiders keep it. It's Tech by 4. This is the largest lead of the game for Texas Tech at just 4 points. This has been a tight one from the get-go.
Right now, the shot selection for Texas, I don't like Carter. Cunningham's a very good player, but he shouldn't be launching threes. Right, get the ball to the guards. He'll go inside. Cunningham is a role guy. Good player, but not a launcher of threes too often.
Ramey attacks and gets a foul. Texas does not have a made field goal yet in the half, but Ramey headed to the free throw line.
Their scorers come from their tremendous guards, the veteran guards. Ramey, Jones, and Coleman. Those are the guys that be taking most of the shots. Shaka Smart, he relates great to the players, Carter, right? Weren't we impressed with him? The Zoom call we had yesterday?
Absolutely. And to Shaka Smart's great credit, he wanted to make sure that we congratulated Isaac Brown on getting the head job at Wichita State, the interim tag removed, and also wanted to praise the job that T.J. Johnson has done. Interim head coach at Texas State, right down the road from Austin. Sun Belt regular season champs, and give credit to Shaka Smart because he wanted to give a boost to those young head coaches, Isaac Brown and T.J. Johnson. And T.J. Johnson, one of the terrific coaching stories and coaching jobs anywhere in the game.
Exactly. Unbelievable jobs, because a long time ago, he was a young African-American coach, got a break, got a chance to come to VCU, and rest is history.
Fight for the rebound. Peavy drops it off. Cunningham cuts it off. And now McClung. Off another offensive rebound for the Red Raiders. Shannon back to McClung late in the clock. Cut off by Jones. McClung needs help. Late in the clock. a shot clock violation. Texas, how about the D on McClung?
Great defense by the Longhorns. Took a page out of Chris Beersbrook. Tremendous defense. McClung drives. They cut off the baseline. Cunningham does a nice job double him. All right, Jones protects the baseline. Great defense that time by the Longhorns.
Red Raiders shooting only 30% in the game. Only 3 made threes, although they don't rely on the 3 very much at all.
No, their DNA is their defense, forcing turnovers, and toughness and grit.
Jones tries a 3, deep 3. Jones. Texas still don't have a field goal in the second half. McClung attacks. Back in the corner. Buries it. There's a triple for Mack, and the largest lead for the Red Raiders.
He talked to his own bench then. Hey, it's 3. So he's feeling it. He's feeling it, Carter. He could be 0 for 10. He's going to keep shooting.
Hey, taken away. Shannon runs the Red Raiders, crossing over, off the glass, and it is now Red Raiders rolling. And credit the Red Raider D.
Excellent D. That's what they do. That's in their DNA. A defense. When I coached, some of our players thought defense was a town in South America.
I started laughing even before you were done with it, Pete. I love that one so much.
Long way to go.
Outside, Coleman still over. Sims fighting for it. Mac McClung wants it more. It has been over 11 minutes, and Texas has scored in the paint. They have gone away from feeding it inside. Red Raiders by 7.
That's the consistency that sometimes they lack. Sims has not touched the ball.
Peavy, nice look. Agbaum finishes. 9-point lead for Texas Tech, and another drought for the Longhorns.
You're going to shoot the way out of it from 3. You're going to go inside the Sims. Get the ball to the big guy.
Coleman inside draws the foul, so Coleman gets to the free throw line. Texas Tech running.
They're on a roll right now. The Red Raiders feeling it. Their defense is getting their offense going. Here we see. Nice bounce pass inside. Nice finish. Right now, it's all Raiders here in Lubbock. Try to get to the foul line. Look at 0 for 7 to start the second half because the shot selection, in my estimation, is not real good. They're shooting 3s with guys in their face. They forgot what got them there in the first half where they had an even score.
Exploiting the size advantage inside, right?
Exactly. No question. I mean, they shot 50% from the field in the first half. That's excellent. But this season, they shoot 45%. So they forgot the good thing. All right, now they're pressing to try to, at their defense, get their offense going. A 1-2-1-1 zone press by Texas.
Easily broken by the Red Raiders, at least this trip.
Red Raiders are very skilled. They got 5 guys who can put the ball on the deck and handle the ball. And the Red Raiders, I want McClung shooting the ball. I want him shooting. He's on fire right now.
It's McCullough with a handle on Cunningham. 5 to shoot. Shannon late in the clock on Jones. Shannon, floater. Jones has the board.
Got to push it, Longhorns. They're at the best in transition and share the ball. They get a lot of assists. They're dynamite. That's it.
Coleman, Cunningham. Cut off. So kick out. Ramey. Good look inside. Sims in the paint. Still can't hit. So the over from the floor continues. Santos Silva, fired up. You can see he is putting in the work.
You gotta love his emotion, his intention. He's got a high motor, plays really hard. He got a great look. Sims you can't get better than that, Carter. 8-footer, a little jump hook. He made a couple of them in the first half, but give Santos Silva a lot of credit. Played really hard.
Shannon attacks again. Bring the house down, Stone. Base.
How about that? Shannon, very talented. Look at Peavy. Young man from France. He's doing a little French twist there. Dance. Woo! Still a long way to go. This Texas team is super talented. They average 76 points a game, Carter. Tied the 3rd highest in the Big 12, so they got the potential to come back. It's got to take good shots. It's got to start with their defense.
Texas has been here before. Down almost double digits, but Terrence Shannon Jr., Chicago to the Flatlands.
Nice pass. Send it home. It's the toughest thing to defend, Carter, is a fast break because you're disorganized. You have different people. Right? You got to communicate. So the teams run. Very effective. Shannon, up and away. Left-hander. Send it home. I keep him in. He's juiced.
His ankle looks better than it has in quite a while, and deflection off the inbound. Now, going to get a little treatment right now, but Terrence Shannon Jr., I mean, the toughness not in question. With a pretty nasty ankle injury, he's still getting it done. Into Sims. Red Raiders collapse. On the deck, Santos Silva got the deflection. McClung all the way, and it's a double-digit lead for the first time today for Tech.
Great defense by Texas Tech. 3 guys around Sims. Turnover. Layup on the other end for the Red Raiders.
Jones takes it in. Santos Silva bothered it again, and it is the Red Raiders locking down.
They're on a roll right now, Carter. The defense, that's who they are. 3 guys around Jericho Sims. Flicking. Santos Silva's on the ground. Here we go. Push it. Here goes McClung. Boom. Nice way. Nice finish. He's terrific in transition. Mac McClung. Very talented junior. Transfer from Georgetown. Santos Silva, you gotta love his hard, Carter. His intensity, right?
McClung gave Texas 19 last year when he was playing with the Georgetown Hoyas, that game in Madison Square Garden. He has given the Longhorns a buzzer beater in his first game against them as a Red Raider. And now after the cold shooting start, Mac McClung getting the offense going. The rest of the Red Raiders locking in on D. It's a double-digit lead for the first time. Texas still doesn't have a main bucket in the second half.
And the defense by Texas Tech.
This one rolls out. Sims has the ball.
Gotta push it.
Coleman, back cut. Inside Ramey. Give it up. Febres. Sims offensive board. Goes to get it himself. Bots. Foul. Nadolny going for the steal. Commits the foul. Coleman hits the deck.
As a coach, you don't mind that. A hustle play. Nadolny went for it. Did a great job. There we go. Coleman penetrate. Nice pass. You got to finish that. Yep. 3 guys around him. Cunningham gave it up. Good look. Febres the best shooter. One time foul. Good call by Nadolny. He hit him.
But again, you don't mind that because you're going for the ball, right?
As a coach, that's a hustle play. Hey, you live with that. You swing the ball quickly. The ball's sticking too long in the player's hands. Swing it.
Coleman kick out, gets it right back. Sims comes to screen for him. Red Raiders denying everything. There's 3 seconds on the shot clock. Texas inbound. But the defense by Tech impenetrable right now.
Yeah, you got to love that. Febres, great shooter. Nadolny all over him. A switch on almost every handoff guard at switching 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. They can do that because a lot of guys the same size. 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". They don't have a 6'10" plotting center who you wouldn't want to switch on.
Shot clock was reset to 20, and looks like Keith Kimball's over there. Yeah, 3 seconds. So, yeah. Chris Beard said he nearly had a heart episode there when the shot clock was reset. Get it in. Ramey. Shot clock violation. The Red Raiders doing it again on D.
Tremendous defense. Banks are not open on Saturday in Lubbock. Can't do it. Can't get any interest. Chris Beard, gotta love his intensity, right? With Coach Bob Knight for many years, and Pat Knight after that. He learned a lot from one of the greatest coaches of all time, Bob Knight.
It's amazing that just 6 years ago, Chris Beard was the head coach of the Angelo State Rams, Division II. He was coach of the year in the Lone Star Conference, the Sun Belt, then Big 12 Coach of the Year, then National Coach of the Year. A run unlike any other in college basketball history.
Exactly. Tremendous credit to him. He works very, very hard. Great talent. Really, and he gets a new team almost every year. He gets grad transfers, junior college kids, high school kids.
Blocking foul, wipe it out. Wipe out the bucket, Coleman, and that's the second. Texas cannot buy a bucket right now in Lubbock, and the Red Raiders are up by 11.
When they are, they're getting double, triple team. Sims got to kick it out quickly. He's got to catch it and read it and get rid of it. When they double team, you've got 2 passes out of the double team. You're going to get a wide open shot. It's a long way to go. Texas is an excellent offensive team.
Santos Silva. In the second half, the Red Raiders have outscored the Longhorns 19-6.
Unbelievable. Points in the paint right now. It's 28-14 in favor of Texas Tech, so they're going inside. And they're not as big. And it's over 6'7". He just scored on a 6'10" player, Jericho Sims.
Now Texas has been able to come back from double digits, including against Kansas. thrilling finishes. Can the Longhorns do it again? Kick out Cunningham. First made bucket of the second half comes 9 minutes in, and it comes from Brock Cunningham from Austin, Texas. Homegrown tomatoes for Brock Cunningham, and the Longhorns finally have a bucket in the second half.
Texas Tech doesn't mind that because that's not his strength. They'll give him that shot. That's why he's wide open. Big hoop, though, for the Longhorns. You got to do with their defense now, Carter. Try to get a deflection. Try to get a steal.
McClung crosses over on Coleman. Cunningham pokes it away. Brock on both ends. And now Ramey to Cunningham. Earns a trip to the foul line. That was Cunningham on both ends.
Yep. That's what they got to do. You got a deflection, got a steal. Texas is at their best in transition because they're so long and athletic and talented. You know, they're great in transition. All the guys can run. Cunningham can go off the bench. A good role player. He's not a great offensive player. Gives you the defense and the rebound, but offensive, he's just okay.
Oh, one of the fun parts of college basketball. Greg Brown, who is a touted recruit, NBA potential. He has 3 personal fouls out of the game. So here comes Brock Cunningham, not a 5-star recruit, but just a hustle basketball player in both ends. Misses the free throw, but Cunningham made both of those plays happen.
Exactly. Great commitment to defense, offensive rebounding, diving on the floor for loose basketballs. But I'd love to see Greg Brown get back in the game, Carter, because he's tremendous talent. He's a top 10 high school recruit in the country, McDonald's All-American. He can take over a game at any time. I would put him back in and say, listen, you got to go inside on occasion, right? Or you're coming back out.
That's what got Texas out to an early 7-point lead, but they have struggled offensively since, including here in the second half.
They can do with defense now. Red Raiders get a good shot. Keep running the pick and roll. They're having trouble handling it.
Santos Silva guarded by Sims inside. Here comes the double from Coleman. Shannon attacking again. High off the window, bothered by Sims. Second chance for Tech. No reset. Shannon reset. That ankle is just fine.
Yep, up and away. Hustle play. That time Texas wanted it, but Texas Tech had to have that ball.
Cunningham, sky hook, no. And you can see the Red Raiders now slowing the pace of it.
Yep. They're in control right now. Tremendous defensive team, so you're down 11, it's like 15.
In the corner, Edwards missed 3. Jones has the ball.
Push it now, Longhorns. Want to get set.
Andrew Jones trying to cross over on Peavy. Foul committed after Jones lost the handle. Peavy and Edwards both going for the steal.
Yep. Time. Almost a big turnover. They got to break the Longhorns. Jones with a crossover. Lost it for a second. Yep, he got pushed. Peavy pushed him.
And that's a third personal on Peavy. The first Red Raider with 3 fouls. Greg Brown back into the game for Texas with 3 fouls. And Pete, you like the move?
Yep, definitely. I just hope he doesn't live and die with the 3 card. He can make the 3, but he's a dominant big guy. 3 points, 3 fouls. Almost half his shots are 3-point shots. So he's got to mix it up, go inside a little bit. Right, go to the offensive glass, run the court. He's a guy that can help bring the Longhorns back in the game. Great ability and a tremendous player.
Right now, it's a disappearing act. Only 1 rebound.
Yeah, exactly. He stays on the perimeter too much.
Jones in tight, shot fake. Got him in the air. There's Brown on the offensive glass and then kept it alive, and Kai Jones earns a trip to the free throw line. Texas on the offensive glass. Tomorrow on CBS, critics are saying it is the return of the female action star. Queen Latifah is the equalizer. Watch a new episode tomorrow, 8/7 Central, or stream anytime on CBS. Another missed free throw. This is from Kai Jones.
Last time they played, Texas was 18 for 31 from the free throw line, 58%. Right now, they're not doing a great job on the line either, Carter. Right, 11 for 16, 68.8%. So take your free throw, especially when you're down.
Free throw success, one of the reasons they beat Kansas, despite just 5 made threes against the Jayhawks.
1-2-1-1 zone press by Texas. They're doing that to try to get their defense to help get their offense going. But as you mentioned before, Carter, Texas Tech is very skilled. They handle the ball, no problem.
It's amazing to look up at this point. 9 minutes to go in the second half. Texas still one made field goal in the half.
Stunning. But that's their story of the year. They're streaky. They do some great things, but then they do things that you shake your head at. But credit the Texas Tech defense, Carter. It's been fabulous in the second half. Yep. He jumped back. Yep. Stepped away from. Nice job. Andrew Jones. Pulled the chair out. Smith turned it over.
Veteran move.
Yep.
So it seems like every Texas game this year has had a double-digit swing, one way or the other. Comebacks or blown leads, including the 19-point blown lead against West Virginia. Double-digit comeback against Kansas. Now can the Longhorns do it again?
I think they will, Carter. I think they're talented enough to do it. That's it. Get it to the big guy. That's what you got to do. Let the big dog eat. Get the ball to grip. Now stay in there, big fella. You're not going to get bitten by an alligator. Stay in the lane.
The odds are very, very small you're going to get bit by an alligator.
In Lubbock, especially.
At the USA. That is the first paint points in over 18 minutes for Texas. Shannon can't answer.
In there again. Penetrate.
Jones off the feed from Ramey in tight. Foul called. It's on the floor. Keith Kimmel has it. Again, the recipe for success, Pete.
Go inside, young man. Go inside. Go west, yes, but go inside also. Get the ball to the big guys. Break round. Break. Half court have been in the paint, so they're taking a page out of the playbook. Texas in the first half. Make your free throws. That's how they lost last game. We mentioned before. 18 out of 31, 58%. Free throws help you win games.
And that January 13 matchup, it was a 10-point halftime lead in that game blown by Texas. Red Raiders led this one, 8:38 to go. By 10. Tall task for Texas to come back on the road. But they have shown signs. Evie on Brown, taken away in tight. Jones gets the steal. Longhorns on the run. Watch it. Fouled from behind. It's Kyler Edwards because Kai Jones was ready to hammer opponent while playing the ball. And then a flagrant 2 would be above that, including the severe or extreme. So, Gene, that's exactly what you saw there, right? Like that's a basketball play in the parlance of our times.
Yeah, and that's how you would look at it in the first look, Carter, is to see, is he making all the moves that would constitute a normal basketball play? There is some contact from behind, but nothing goes to that level that would rise in severity or a non-basketball related situation for sure.
Thank you, Gene, and good luck with the tomatoes.
Thank you, Gene. Great official, had a wonderful career. Didn't get me to the foul line enough with my teams, but he was great.
And now the Red Raiders on a bit of an offensive drought. Scoreless in over 3 minutes.
Ready the defense by the Longhorns now. Raiders got to get a good shot, swing the ball quickly. Too congested, Carter. Too packed in.
McClung late in the clock. Mac McClung. Shot fake. Got the foul. Kai Jones and Mac McClung fakes his way into a trip to the line. A bailout with 1 second on the clock.
Yeah, Shaka was sick with that. There's a veteran. Nice pump fake. Chuck Daly would be proud. I don't know, Carter. It looked like he jumped into him. He went straight up. I don't know. I disagree. I think he got bailed out. Look, Shaka didn't like it.
Mac has learned a few moves from Trae Young, James Harden, and others, and credit him because, I mean, that's a winning play. 3 shots from the foul line when your team is in need of offense.
No question. They were struggling. They were gasping for air. Shot fake. I think he jumped into his chest. Maybe didn't have a chance to come down. It's a tough call. I think that's no foul play on.
And now Mac McClung, after the cold shooting start, I mean, he's starting to find, despite just 4 made shots in the game, but you know it's going to keep going up for Mac, and now you're right around your schooling average after the cold start. He averages 17 a game. That's presently 3rd in the Big 12. Mac now has 13.
He made 8 free throws in the first game when Texas Tech won by 2. So free throws help you win games. Now, be patient, Longhorns. Try to play hero ball. Share the basketball.
Jones, kick to the corner. Brown tries a 3. Jones has the offensive board. Ramey wants it.
I didn't like that shot, Carter. Not because it didn't go in. Yes, I like that shot. You like that one. Get the ball to the big guy. Share the sugar. Give him the ball. You can make the three, but if a guy's in your face, you don't shoot unless you're really rolling. Greg Brown is a tremendous player, but he's got to learn what's a good shot and what's not a good shot. Keep him in for sure, Carter. He can take over a game at any time. Greg Brown. Rebounding and his athleticism.
Texas locking in on D. Adolny in the corner. Shot clock winding down again. McClung waiting for it. Feet inside, taken away. Foul cold. Kai Jones going for the steal. Gets another foul.
Nice penetration. Ramey, nice dish off. Kai Jones. Tremendous athlete. That's unselfish. You can tell Texas, when they're playing well, Carter, they get a lot of assists. They're playing great. They're not. They're just playing hero ball, not to their best advantage. That's where they go. Dribble penetration, because they all can go. The three tremendous veteran guards certainly can do that. Jones, Coleman, and Ramey.
McClung bumps play on. Off the baseline inbound. Jones runs the horns. Fouled by McCullough. Nothing easy at the rim, including on the break.
These teams play extremely hard. The Big 12, what a great conference. What a great league. Every night, going to battle. Great. They should get 7 teams in. They deserve it.
No question. And just a note there on Oklahoma State, the Cowboys are eligible for the NCAA tournament at present. So that's why we say likely and almost certainly 7 out of the 10.
That's great. 70%. My new math, I worked on that.
I was wondering why you traveled your abacus. Now I know why.
Well, I was experimental admissions in college. I not the quickest guy learning.
The experiment worked, I would say.
Well, they canceled the admission standards with me. But hey, right now we got a 2-possession game. Credit to defense by Texas. Right? And now, Texas Tech's got to be patient, take their time. All right? Got to go inside now to try to get McClung a good look.
Another big free throw miss, though.
Yeah, you can't do that. Not when you're climbing a ladder. Texas Tech, I would get Shannon back in the game, Cardi. The second leading scorer, great athlete.
Peavy off the bounce, on Brown. Peavy in top. Brown bottom. Follow from Santos Silva on the offensive glass.
Gotta love his heart, Carter. Very courageous, undersized. Post guy.
Ramey good find. Brown steps into it. Another missed 3 from Brown. He has only 5 points in the game, 1 rebound.
That was a good look. I like that shot, honestly. All right, but like you hit it on the head, Carter. For a guy 6'9" who can jump over the backboard, he's got to rebound more.
McClung guarded by Jones. Santos Silva mounts in the house. Longhorns collapse. Santos Silva can't finish the bunny, but Brown can't corral it, so it is Red Raider basketball. Next Saturday on CBS Sports Network, the college hoops madness begins as bracket week tips off and teams battle it out to get their automatic ticket to the big dance. And a fun one on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports with Boise State and San Diego State meeting again.
A great game, overtime the other night, so it's going to be a great game. 2 tremendous teams, 2 teams that I believe are going to go to the NCAA tournament.
Congratulations to Brian Dutcher, head coach of the San Diego State Aztecs, on a very nice contract extension, well earned.
Yeah, deserved it. He's done a wonderful job following a legend. Steve Fisher's a legend at San Diego State. You follow a legend. It's tough to follow a legend. It's like following a ghost.
Yeah, 2 of the best programs in the West, San Diego State, Boise State.
Yeah. Leon Rice done a wonderful job there at Boise State.
McCullough off the bounce, turnaround, fade, D'd up by Ramey. So Texas doing it with D to try and get back in.
Playing good D now. Got 8 points. Texas Tech got to play good defense now. Don't foul.
Ramey in tight. Sims dunks it down. T for Texas. Jericho Sims with a dunk.
Eyes of Texas on that shot now. Carter. What happened? Dribble penetration. All the defenders came on. The ball handler dumped it inside. Nice finish by Jericho Sims.
Even at the half, Tech led by double digits, and now Texas trying to come back. On the road in Lubbock. Santos Silva on Sims. Deflection by Jones. And now taken away. Longhorns on the run. Ramey finds Kai Jones. Kickback. Shared it into the hands of Andrew Jones. A 3-point game
by the Longhorns did a great job. The defense gets it up.
And now again, down by 13 in the second half to Texas Tech. And here the Longhorns again with 3:20, a chance to win it in the end and love it.
Up and down like a roller coaster. This team has talent. They got grit. Now they got to get it stopped. Texas Tech, take your time. You're up. Possession. Just get a good look.
Oh, McClung lost it. Went back to get it. No backcourt. Keith Kimball right on it. Late in the clock again. Mighty Mac. Switch. Sims. Coleman takes it. Late foul again. This one goes on Coleman, but that is the second time the Longhorns have fouled McClung late in the clock.
That hurts. That's discipline. Played great D for 28, 27 seconds. Coleman's on him, but don't reach in. Just move your feet.
Fouls on Coleman, his third. 1-1 for McClung.
He shoots 81% from the free throw line, so you don't want to foul a guy like that. He's clutch. Doesn't miss many.
Now that number 0 from his teammate Kyler Edwards. Nice gift. Misses the second.
Gave him the whammy card. Now, down 4. Got to play good D. Texas Tech, don't foul. The bonus. He fouled us.
Coleman cut off by McClung. So Kai Jones heaves it. Sims tried to keep it alive. Another questionable shot and then a foul.
Marty being con with questionable. I mean, that was not a good shot. Kai Jones is a good player, but a 3-point shot with a guy right in your mug.
Then Jones commits his third foul.
Here we go. Coleman penetrate. Defense, oh, come on him. He kicks it back out. Kai Jones, not a good shot. That's not his strength. Not in the last 3 minutes of the game. Different guard who's on fire, made 3 out of 5. It's his first one of the game.
Edwards, who has had a big offensive bounce-back game today. Now 9 points. It's right on his average, but Edwards gave them some early offense when the Red Raiders needed it.
Very valuable player. That's whatever they need. Rebounds, assists, steals, defense. Tremendous play. All right, Kai Jones came out. That wasn't an accident card. That shot selection. Shaka, believe me, he didn't like that one.
No rotten apples, one of the themes this year for Texas Tech. Edwards gets a second. Texas Tech executing down the stretch, trying to hold on to the 6-point lead. Ramey has Santos Silva on it. Jones denied. So Coleman, lob, Sims goes up to get it, and a foul called. It's on Edwards, and that is Kyler Edwards' fourth. Whoever ends up as the 7th-place team in the Big 12 is going to be one of the best 7th-place teams of all time.
Exactly.
Might be the Red Raiders. I mean, they're 6-7 right now in conference mark, but we know that doesn't matter anymore.
No. The
500 mark in conference play. They've lost 3 straight, but still a terrific team.
Yeah, terrific team, really well coached, and very close-knit group.
Sims pulls Texas back within 4.
It's great news for the Longhorns. He missed 8 last game against Texas Tech. You're up 4, 2 possessions, get a good shot now if you're the Red Raiders. You want the ball in Shannon's hand, let him touch it. Terrific athlete, Emma McClung.
Last 8 minutes, only 1 made field goal for Tech. But Texas keeps fouling. Sims reaches around and fouls Santos Silva. And that'll send Santos Silva to the line.
And he's not a great free throw shooter either. 53% from the line. So we'll see if he can make them. Sims did last time for the Longhorns.
Now, getting to the line has been one of the big keys for Texas Tech's success in the 5 years under Chris Beard. They're always top 10 in the nation in free throws attempted and free throws made, attacking the rim. But Santos Silva misses the front end. So 2 minutes to go. Texas ball down by 4.
Shot selection's key now for the Longhorns. Good D. Texas rated without fouling.
Sims goes to screen. And now rolls. And all the way to the rim. Ramey couldn't finish.
A great look. Was not a foul. The officials doing a real good job, Carter, in a tough game to officiate. And run a pick and roll McClung. Will get Shannon the ball and clear out.
Here's Shannon. Gives it up. Peavy brings it back. Late in the clock again into the hands of Mac McClung. Crossing over. Double screen. McClung lets it fly. Following his miss. Cunningham has the board for Texas. Another crack for the Longhorns. They were down by 10 with 8.5 to go. Coleman lost it in tight. On the deck. Red Raiders win the fight for the loose ball. And with a minute to go, Texas commits the foul with the Red Raiders by 4. And that loose ball win couldn't be bigger for Tech.
No. Giant win. Unforced turnover. Had the ball. Coleman had it and just slipped out of his hands. Look at Cunningham getting on the floor. That's him. Cunningham, great hustler. Brock Cunningham, 6'5", redshirt sophomore from Austin, Texas.
And yet it's Peavy to the free throw line now. Double bonus, 2 shots coming from Micah Peavy. They have 2 shots. Somebody missed a memo in there. Peavy will get a second. So despite the fact that the Red Raiders have gone over 4 minutes without a field goal, they're 1 for their last 7 from the floor.
Wow.
But they have made the plays, including getting to the free throw line, to be in this position.
Exactly. Made enough free throws, played enough defense to have a slight lead.
Peavy manages to get 1 of 2. That's big.
He's going to play good D now without fouling. Texas go inside. Let the big guy touch it. Coleman.
Foul called. Wow. Sims takes off. Block charge. It's a block. The Dolney trying to draw the charge.
Yep. Took off a little too far out. Nice pass by Ramey. Attacked the basket. Stretches out. Just in and out. Terrific pass. 2-foot jump stop. Just didn't go down.
That's one of the better misses you'll see.
Oh, yeah? Well, see if you can do 2 for 2 again. I don't know. It's not his strength. 58% from the free throw line.
Has a chance in a second. 4 fouls on Nadolny now for Tech. Edwards has already fouled out. Jericho Sims gave Texas a lift early. Free throw misses have been an issue late for Sims and the Horns. 1 of 2. We'll take that.
Hey everyone, Greg Gumbel in New York. The finish of this
1 of 2.
We'll take that. That's about his average. So. Now, get the ball in bounds. Red Raiders don't throw it to the corner where they're trapping. Don't throw it to that. As we're looking at the thing, that left corner, as we're looking at it, Carter, on your screen. 1-2-1-1 zone press by Texas. Trying to get a steal. You don't need a foul right now.
Tech gets it across. Foul given, however. So it's Coleman who commits the foul. So you were advocating tough trap, no foul. Coleman gives it anyway.
Still had time. Yeah, I still had time, but it's okay. You just don't want to foul McClung. That's the big thing. An 80% free throw shoot. You don't want to. So I'll live with that.
4th foul on Matt Coleman. First of 2 for Akbal, the freshman from San Diego.
Pressure free throw for a young man doesn't play that much.
Big, got them both.
Way to step up, Akbal. Clutch free throws for the young man. 2-possession game. You don't need a 3. Akbal comes out. He's the happiest guy in Lubbock right now.
Coleman off the bounce, step back, gives it up. Jones takes it. Jones short-boarded by McCullough, and the Red Raiders in command now with 37.9.
Didn't need a 3 then, Carter. That was a contested 3. I think they could have got a better shot by dribble penetration, get in the lane, try to dump it to the big guy, kick it out for an open 3. Sometimes the shot selection for the Longhorns is a little erratic. Still not over now. Still not over. Long way to go.
For those expecting to see Washington at Arizona, now available on CBSSports.com. We will get you out to that game as soon as this one is over. First of 3 on the road to the Final Four in Indianapolis. 2 teams who expect to be a part of the madness, the Longhorns and the Red Raiders, and as you knew it would be, tough, nothing easy. And the Red Raiders have been the ones making more plays. Longhorns trying to come back now, down by 7 with time ticking away. Ramey step back 3. Air ball boarded again by the Red Raiders. McClung has it. Foul given by Sims. And Texas Tech has Mac McClung going to the line to all but ice it.
Yeah, tough now. Get a great free throw shooter going to the line.
So if Texas Tech is able to close it out in the last 26.1. I mean, this is how tight the Big 12 is. Now, Texas would suffer its 6th Big 12 loss, and Texas Tech at 7-7. And yet again, the 18th ranked team in the country is in 7th place.
That shows you how great a league it is, right? You know, they had lost 3 in a row against all top competition. Now they're 26 seconds away from a big win. Chris Beard, we loved talking to him yesterday, right? He was great.
Talk ball with Chris Beard all day long.
Yeah, oh yeah. The gym rat's gym rat.
Both of these teams in the net top 25 projected into the field. And it is another tough one in the Big 12, and the Red Raiders grind it out. Like the boxer who works the body and gets the big blows in the end. Texas Tech, a 68-59 winner over Texas. So the Red Raiders take both regular season meetings from Texas. For Pete Gillen, Gene Steratore, I'm Carter Black.